Studs in the Box YouTube channel. We have been gone for a while, just taking the off season off and also the playoffs off. We didn't really make any content during the playoffs because we were enjoying ourselves, and we actually went to like every single game, like at Maple Leaf Square. It was a blast. Unfortunately, the Leafs lost, as we know again, but definitely a lot of improvement since last year. Today's video, though, it's not about that. It's about the goalie situation and moving into next year, how the Leafs offseason went. But today's specific topic is just the goalies. So my question to you guys, what do you guys think about the goalie situation in Toronto?
Well, I just wanted to say, before we actually get into anything, I want to apologize on behalf of all three of us. We haven't been making videos. We took a little break. We were busy. We do have a cottage vlog. We did film a lot of what we were doing. We went to another cottage this year. We have we've been planning videos, but we haven't really been making them. We've all been pretty busy. But no excuse. We're getting back into it. And we have a ton to talk about. So this video, like this one right now, is just gonna be about the goalies, and obviously Murray to the Leafs and Samsonov to the Leafs. So that, and then we're gonna be making a few more tonight. I think we're just gonna be going on a grind, making videos, and I think we're just gonna put them all out at the same time. So, but just we're gonna get back into it from now. But yeah, we took a kind of an unexpected break. Yeah, we didn't even plan it. We kind of were just like stopped making videos for a bit because we were like doing exams, and then summer started, and then we all have jobs. Well, not all of us, but
it was impossible to
me
make
and Jude have jobs, and
Oh
and Eric's busy sitting in his basement. So we got a lot of time fillers. So anyways,
it was impossible to make a podcast during the playoffs because it was so hectic. Like every other night we're just going downtown and stuff like that. And
it's true. Like by the time we got back from Maple Leaf Square, it was late, and we weren't really making videos. We do. Me and Eric have a reaction to our loss in Game 7, but it's just depressing. Like it's like too sad to even like.
Yeah, like the last one.
Yeah, it's honestly just like it was a boring clip. Like I have the clip, and I'm like, I rewatched it. It's like I don't think I'd put it on YouTube. It was just like Leafs lost in Game 7. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But I do think, like, in general, the Leafs got worse this offseason. Goalie wise, we're gonna talk about it, but I think they also got worse goalie wise. So this is
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I do.
All right, well, let's just get into it. Since me and Felly have talked already, and Jude's the goalie. Jude, do you want to start us off with what you think of the goalie situation?
Yeah, for sure. You know what? You guys both know I was I was a big supporter of Soup. I like Campbell. I think he's a good fit for Toronto.
You got a jersey, eh?
What?
You have a jersey?
Yeah, I can't wait to burn it. I'm just kidding.
Yo,
I would never do that. I'm not like that. But yeah, like I was a big supporter of him. I really like Campbell. I thought he was fitting. I used to talk about the heart that he brought to the team, the type of guy he was. It just sucks that everything happened the way it happened, right? Cap space. And you know what? He didn't get us out of the first round. So Vasilevsky's done it countless times. He hasn't lost a round until the Stanley Cup final. So it just goes to show how important goaltending is. And honestly, when it comes down to it, Matt Murray, everybody knows his name from the Penguins. Like it's those days that all Leaf fans are hoping that he goes back to. We're hoping he goes back to those Matt Murray days when he was winning cups for the Penguins. He was behind a good team, but he was a good goalie. So you know what? The Leafs are not a bad team, and we all know that. So maybe he can be a good goalie. I mean, with the Ottawa Senators, he put up a 906. Like, that's the Ottawa Senators. Like, no offense to anybody that anybody knows personally or rooms with, but that's the Ottawa Senators, right? Like,
they stink.
I mean, he's putting up a 906 on a pretty young team. Like I'll give Ottawa that, but I mean, like, that's a young team that he was behind, and he played good. Samsonov was just I had to like rub my eyes and look at it. I didn't know where that came from because didn't we score like 9 goals on him that game? Michael, you remember that game? You were at my house.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't stop scoring on him.
Yeah.
So I was just surprised by Samsonov, but honestly, Matt Murray is a playoff performer, and we know that. So I mean, when the time comes, the time comes. But
okay,
we'll see.
So okay, the cap space thing. Campbell got a contract that is like $200,000 more than what we're paying Murray.
Mm-hmm.
So like $5 million compared to like 4.8 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think they really didn't want to lock up Campbell for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was some weird thing about Campbell's agent, and Eric can touch on that after, but there was some weird stuff going on with the whole Campbell situation. I didn't like it at all, because basically it was written in stone that he was going to Edmonton 2 weeks before, free agency even hit. And the contract was leaked and everything. It's like, it was just a really weird situation. So I didn't like that whole situation with Campbell. It was kind of known that he wasn't resigning after the season, but the way like Edmonton went about it and all that, like that went on, was just really weird to me. But listen, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Matt Murray has sucked. Like, he's so bad the past few years. Like, he was good in 2017, like for spurts, and it's like, okay, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see him as a starter, to be honest with you. My theory: Samsonov breaks out. Like, I think he's young. He was a first round pick. He's only 24. He has all the potential. Like a 940 in the KHL before he got drafted. He's been there, like he's done it, and he's young. Like, and he's on a prove it contract right now. He's making $1.8 million, right? And he has something to prove. Like, he's on a 1-year contract with the Leafs. I would be completely fine. This guy has a crazy season, and the Leafs actually can sign him long term, and he's the franchise goalie. That's what I see happening. I think Samsonov, big picture, like, I think everyone looks at it like, oh, Dubas signed Murray to be the starter and traded for him and whatever. But in my eyes, I see the job is like completely up for grabs. So I think Samsonov wins it and just has a really great year and breaks out, and then he's gonna get that, like, he's gonna be the goalie for the Leafs in the future. I'm gonna call it right now. He's the future goalie for the Leafs, like this year and the next 6.
I mean, that's a good take. Like that's something I guess Leaf fans would probably want to hear. But the thing is, we thought Mrazek and Campbell were going to tandem until Mrazek didn't know what the puck looked like in the year, and
he actually went blind mid game every game. So he would recover, and then he'd go into the next game, and then he just couldn't see the whole game. It was weird.
That's so classic.
It's undiagnosed. It's called Frederick Anderson and the playoff syndrome.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, to touch on the Jack Campbell thing in Edmonton, I don't know the full story here, and it doesn't, like, there's like some bigger picture that we're not seeing.
Yeah, I've actually heard some like different things about it, but
yeah, but there was like some contract tampering. I don't know, something along those lines where Jack Campbell's agent doesn't want Jack Campbell in Toronto. I don't know the reason why fully, but he just doesn't want Jack Campbell to play in Toronto. And that also affected us having a chance at John Gibson. Like, I'm not saying that would have been a good move or I wanted that in any way, but it just like sucks because, the
Campbell's agent is also John Gibson's agent.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
They have the same agent, and John Gibson didn't put the Leafs on his no trade list or whatever specifically because of Jack Campbell's agent, right? But we're moving on for that. This is what I see here. So Dubas loses. He knows he's losing Campbell anyway, and you could assign him for 400,000 more. But the thing is, Campbell played well in the playoffs. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he played very well in the playoffs. He just didn't play well enough, right? And he couldn't get us past that first round. That game 7 in Montreal 2 years ago, that was kind of a brutal performance, not gonna lie. But he still played well, not well enough. Murray has already played well enough to get the Penguins. He won a Stanley Cup backing up Marc-Andre Fleury, and then won it all on his own the next year with the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's the guy we need, right? And Samsonov, I 100% agree with you. I could see him breaking out.
Mhm.
Well, sorry, Eric, but Michael's
ahead.
right. Samsonov has a ceiling, right? Like he's not like we're not picking up some. What is Campbell 30 now? Like
Listen,
30,
he was drafted 20th overall for a reason.
yeah.
You know, like
Ovechkin told him that he's gonna kill him in his sleep for a reason, right? Like, he told him that.
he's 24 years old. He's
Yeah.
24 years old. Some goalies don't even have, like, Jack Campbell was picked up to be Anderson's backup goalie at the age of 28.
Yeah.
He hadn't played a full season in the NHL yet. And look, and they just got $5 million. Samsonov could break out at any point.
Yeah.
And if it's this year or next year or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
I really hope it's this year because I think he can easily. He's a restricted free agent after this contract with the Leafs. So if it comes down to it, they can sign him to be their goalie. Like, I think he could be the guy for long term.
Yeah. Another thing, I just want to point out two things. So first, for Samsonov, he played. He like had like there was this Kuzi interview that I always refer to, and Kuzi, in this interview, he said Samsonov's the best goalie in the world. That was under Barry Trotz. Like, this guy was proving himself to be like the next goalie for the Capitals under Barry Trotz when they played good defense. Like, because Barry Trotz is a defensive like coach, right? But the second they fired him, Samsonov started to drop off. I think that has a lot to do with it, and hopefully that can change in the Leafs this year. And the second thing I wanted to say about Matt Murray, I actually really like the move. I forgot my point before, but now I remember it. So if you look at Kemper and look at his stats when he played for Arizona, this guy was like, if you looked at him, you would say, okay, he's not a good goalie. He had an under 900 save percentage with Arizona. But if you look at Arizona, they're a terrible team. That's understandable. That's actually good stats, right? If you look at Matt Murray, went from, and then Kemper, when he went to the Avalanche, he had like a 930 save percentage this year, even though, like, you know, he wasn't the most stable goalie, but in the playoffs. But Matt Murray went from a really good team, a Stanley Cup contending team with two elite players in their prime, to the Ottawa Senators, where they were like rebuilding and stuff and had worse stats. And that can clearly explain like the worst stats. Now he's going to go to a good team who are maturing more defensively. We're getting better with our, you know, we're building a team around Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, and now we're solid. So I think we're going to see his stats go up, and he's going to go back to form.
I kind of like have a thing about Kemper, like you brought up. He was like not that good. And I still think he's not that great. He didn't have like a great playoffs. His team was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it didn't take much. His shots that he was getting were not high percentage shots. Like the goal that he let in the finals.
The Cirelli one?
Brutal.
The Cirelli one.
I don't know who scored it, but it came from like the half wall and went like right under his arm, and I think it made the game, like, I think they went down a goal, or like the team just came back because they were just unbelievable. But like he wasn't that great, and now he's got this big contract because he has a cup under his belt. It's like, okay, that's what happened to Murray.
Yeah,
Murray got a cup under his belt, you know, was behind a really great team, and then got a $6 million contract, and now look where he is. So like, could he bounce back? Sure, but I mean, personally, Eric, like, I want to agree with you. I hope Murray has a Vezina year, and literally just shuts me up right now. I just don't see it happening. I think he doesn't have it in him. I think he's at the like age and the point of his career where he's like had so many ups and downs that like he's kind of just gonna plateau at like this average sort of goalie who is gonna, you know, have like a decent year with a decent save percentage, but he's not gonna be like a great like, you know, Stanley Cup winning goalie. Like, I just don't think he is. That's why all my money is on Samsonov to just like break out and have that year for the Leafs and just be that guy. So like, I see them splitting games, but I think like, let's say it's game one of the playoffs, Samsonov's starting for me.
Yeah.
Right now, like right this second, if we have an opening night starter right now, it's Samsonov. I think it's gonna be Murray, but I say Samsonov.
Yeah, I mean,
in my opinion,
I agree with both of you. You guys both have solid points, but like it was just like the Darcy Kemper thing is like, what do you have, like an 890? like in these playoffs. Like he's
It
behind
wasn't
a
that great.
solid. He's behind a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
He won a cup, but he still wasn't good. Like you said, the goals he was letting in were not good goals. The plays he was making were not good plays. Like
Yeah.
Matt Murray had a 940 when they won the cup. Like
Yeah, that's true.
that's
Listen,
like
though,
ridiculous.
like, yeah, I mean, this isn't just like rip on Kemper hour, like my bad, but like
I agree.
he like he's just not like that. This contract is not going to age well. He's 32. He's 32,
Yeah, was
and
it
he's
5 years?
and the
Wait,
Capitals are
who
like
signed him? The
Caps.
Capitals, and the
Uh,
Capitals are like aging out too. Like they're
And,
like
and you know what? You know what actually backs Michael Samsonov theory is Colorado signing Georgiev because
Mhm.
they know that their team's good enough to take a backup and bring him into a starting position and could probably take them further because I don't know, he just looks like he tries more than Kemper. Kemper just looks like he's like, I'll take money.
yeah. You know what? We'll see because
Time will tell.
it's honestly it's just gonna be a toss up. But I really hope both go. Like a great situation would just be like they split 50-50 and they both they play really well, both of them. But like at the end of the day, it's not gonna be how it is. One's gonna play better than the other, and it's just gonna it's just gonna be a matter of time. We'll see. But
yeah.
the worst case scenario is they both suck. And we have to like start Shalgren or trade or something. Sorry, guys. The meeting and sorry, it plays something in my ears. It goes meeting in progress. So like distraction. Anyways,
Keep going.
anyways, I was just saying that it's toss up, and it's really anyone's job right now. Let's hope one of them breaks out. Like the reason I want Samsonov to break out so much more is because he's so much younger. And it just benefits Leafs more if he breaks out and they can sign him to a long contract till he's 30, 31. And like, then, you have the guy in his glory years. So that's my logic. But, hopefully one of them plays well or both of them, just as long as it's not neither of them.
Well,
We'll
I
see.
think if we're looking at a long-term goalie, I'm gonna go with Ian Scott here. I think he's really
Yo, I'm actually super happy because Ian Scott's so young that he probably won't retire for a long time.
Our wishes go out to Ian Scott. He had to retire due to injuries. Breaking news.
Poor guy.
That's sad.
Sucks.
Yeah.
First we lose Rodion, now we lose Ian Scott.
Rodion's gonna get better though, I think.
Yeah.
Like I think he's okay. I think he just needs like time. Like he's not gonna be in the league for a while.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. We'll wrap up the video here. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna make another video going over all of free agency like now. So that video will probably be up soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and Buds in the Box are back. That's the memo here. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.